Ha ha ha! To pair, a fine hand, my young friend. However, 3 of a kind shall take this part. You'll get the hang of it someday, my young friend. It's a difficult game. Another hand? What's back there? Ah, that room? You need not worry yourself about that room, young man. It is reserved for those who have mastered the illustrious Egyptian eye pattern. I could introduce you to someone who knows its mysterious ways, for a small fee, of course. No, that's okay, yeah. I'll have to check out that room sometime, though. Did you not hear what I just said, boy? That room is reserved for only the most esteemed of our ranks, the ones who have mastered the Egyptian eye. I know, it's one of my favorite patterns. I use it all the time. All in. Ha! Preposterous. You don't know how to plait the Egyptian eye pattern. I call. Straight. I hope you weren't too attached to your money. Not so fast. Full house. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it someday. It's not an easy game to pick up. Super cool with Johnny! Hey everybody, Adam here with WhipWorks, and today, in case you couldn't deduce from that intro, I will be showing you how to plait the Egyptian eye pattern into your whip handles. It is by far my most requested handle design to make for custom orders. It is inspired by the Eye of Horus from ancient Egyptian mythology. It is a clean, sleek design. You can't go wrong with it. I love it. Let's get started. All right, so now we've got 4 strands of each type on each side. So we're going back to this black side because the last one that went over was the white. And we are going to do the diamond pattern up to this point where we will be starting our Egyptian eye pattern. So this is going to be the bottom point of the first Egyptian eye part of the Egyptian eye pattern. So now we're going to grab our white and we're going to go diamond pattern, over, under, over 2, because white's the background here, and under. So now we are starting our Egyptian eye pattern. Now, this is the most difficult part of making the handle, which stinks because as a beginner, this is the first thing you're going to be doing. So just know that that's going to be the case and don't get too frustrated. All right, so this next black strand, we're gonna go over for diamond plait. Now we're gonna go under these 2 because these are background strips, and then we're gonna go over and under, all right? Just, if you're beginning, just constantly be looking at your diagram, all right? So now we're going to do this side. So we're going to grab our next white strand. We're going to go under, over 3, under 1, over 1. Okay. Let's pull this through here. All right, and our next black strand, which will be over, under 3, over 1, under 1, over 1, because this now is that middle kind of diamond, the bird's eye portion of the Egyptian eye. Now we're going to go back here to our white. We're going to go over 4, under 1, over 2, and be sure, you keep your distinct strands. Keep everything nice and firm. Now we're going to go to our last black strand here, which is going to go under 3 over 1 under 3. And never pull too hard right now. Right now it's pretty loose because, again, the electrical tape and the vise is all that's holding this in place. And now for our last white strand, we're going to go under 4 because that's the beginning of the opposite sides pattern. And we're going to go over 1 under 3 because that's the beginning of the undersides pattern. Okay, so now each side has their 8 strands of their color. So we're gonna give it a light tug. We're gonna give each strand a light tug here. Ugh, and it looks really, really messy right now, but it'll clean up here in a second. We need to recenter this because we want our line to go straight down here. So let's get this back on. I'm gonna take some artificial sinew and I'm just gonna tie this on here. And I'm going to, oh, I guess it can be up, it can go up there. And I'm going to just circle it here and get it really, really tight. And keep going down, work my way. Okay, we're just kind of really tightening this on here so that none of the strands come loose from the electrical tape. Okay, so now let's get our strands reorganized here, make up for our mess we made earlier. Now the pattern's really going to start coming together here. So let's grab our next black strand. Make sure your strands are in the correct order. They can be deceiving. And we're going to go over 3, under 1, over 4. And there it is. There you have your first full eye. Okay, next let's grab our white strand. And we are going to go over 3, under 1, over 4. Black. So we're going to go under 1, over 1, under 4, over 1, under 1. All right. White strand, over 1, under 1, over 4, under 1, over 1. And again, kind of locking it in place and then going back and organizing your strands to try and keep a nice straight line. All right, and there we have it. And now we're going to, now we have enough here to get it into the vise. Boom. Now we have a little bit more of a stable connection. By the way, tip about sticking your whip in the vise, you want to leave enough space that these strands can become taut and you can get the entirety of the strand tightened, because once it's stuck in here, when you pull on it, it's not going to tighten anymore. So that's a good tip. All right, continuing here. All right, we got it focused on the underside. Now it's time for a black strand. Tighten that, so we're gonna go. No, it's not. It's time for a white strand. All right, tighten that, we're gonna go. Over 1. No, under 1. Over 4. Under 1. over 2. And now we're going to go on this black strand, under 4, over 1, under 3. I hope you're kind of seeing how the same pattern is evolving on the back side as we're working on the front side. All right, we're going to tighten this and we're going to go under 4, over 1, under 3. Next, we're going to snag a black strand. We're going to go over 3, under 1, over 4. And then we're just going to kind of reorganize our strands here. Okay, now I'm going to move this up. And now we have to do something that is specific to my style of whip making here. I need to grab a needle. Any kind of sturdy needle will do. And a pair of pliers. Woo! And I need to find out where the steel rod ends. So I'm going to start up, and if it goes through all the way to the other side, which it is right now, you can't see, I know that that is farther, so now, or that there's no rod there, so now I'm going to go down 1, and I'm kind of going in between these plaits here. I'm making sure to keep the needle center so that if I come in contact, okay, that one went through. So now let's go to the next one. I think this is gonna go pretty far, actually. This is a little further than typical. Okay, that one went through. Let's go all the way down here and see if that one, there we go. All right, that one got in contact, so let's check if the one in between it here goes through. It did go through though. So my needle broke, but it went through, so we can use this here if I just pull it out. Or here, I'll just leave that there. I can see it, you can't, but you can kind of see it here, but there's a needle right here. And that is my mark. So I know that the rod is 10 inches, and we want to stop our Egyptian eye plaiting 10 inches down from this point. So now, as we go, we're just going to measure and check and see how far our Egyptian eye's gone. So we've got about 3 more inches left to go of Egyptian eye. So, time-lapse time. Okay, so here we are. Now, we have gone 10 inches with the Egyptian eye, and our 10-inch mark, here I can get this correct here. Our 10-inch mark is this plait right here. Let me grab my fid. This plait right here. So actually I went a little bit too far here. So this, from this point, horizontally or laterally on the whip, needs to be a herringbone pattern, which means I need to grab this white strap and go over to there. So this is confusing, and this just comes with experience. So from this point laterally is going to be a 4x4 herringbone. So now the white was the last strand to go over, so now we're going to grab a black strand and we're going to do Egyptian eye pattern. So under 3, over 1. Normally we would go under 4 here if this were all Egyptian eye, but we're just going to go under 1, over 3. Because from this point, I don't know if you can see that there, we are doing a herringbone pattern. So now we're going to grab a white strand, and we're going to go over 3, under 1. Normally we'd go over 4 next, but now all we're going to do, now instead we're actually going to go over 5. Because from this point over, we're doing the 4x4. And now we grab a black strand. We're going to snag it here. And we're going to go over 1, under 1, over 1. And normally we'd go under 4, but instead we're actually going to go under 1, over 4. And we're getting, as we get closer and closer here, we're going to get closer and closer to doing an all herringbone pattern. All right, so next white strand. So there you have it, everybody. I hope that that was enough info for you to start plaiting the Egyptian eye pattern into your whip handles. By the way, I found out how to make this whip handle from Ron Edwards' How to Make Whips. This book is incredible. If you are thinking about getting into whip making, or even if you're an experienced whip maker, this book is a must-have. Very descriptive instructions on how to plait the handles. I have a link below to find this book on Amazon. It's through my Amazon affiliate page, so if you want to help support this channel and support me making more videos, that is a great way for you to do it. Order this book, it's so good. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, happy cracking.